Story
Morning
time with
TikTok. Here
Country.
we go. We got part 2 of Stories with Country. Now, if you haven't heard part one is the previous video right before this one on my page. So stop what you're doing, go back, watch that, come back. For everybody that did watch that video, you know I was talking about my friend that got shot in the leg by this girl's granddaddy because he was fooling around with her in her granddaddy's house. So this story gonna start out a little bit different, but bear with me because it wraps right back into the initial story. So this takes place a couple years after the first story. All right, so I'm in high school now, and when I get out of high school, I tell my parents that I got to go to study at the library after school, which is a big ass lie because I just go wild out with my hood rat friends and do hood rat shit until my parents come and pick me up at the library after school because I study. So one of these days when I was studying, there's a cop at the library. There's always a police officer there, right? So I asked him one time, and he was green as hell. I could smell it on him. He was a new police, right? So I just asked him. I'm probably like 15 or something like that. I just asked him. I said, "Hey, what's the craziest call you ever showed up to? Like, what's the craziest thing that ever happened to you when you got, a call on the radio and then you showed up?" And it was literally just me and the cop sitting out there. I was waiting on my mom to come pick me up after school, and he just talked to me. Police officer proceeds to tell me that one time when he got a call to respond to a warrant for a guy's arrest because he went to go serve a warrant, he shows up at the gentleman's house and he starts telling me where it is and stuff, what street it's on. And he said he showed up to arrest the man for shooting a juvenile a couple years back. And then as he went to serve the man with the papers and slap the handcuffs on him and present him with the charges of like first-degree assault with a deadly weapon, and possibly attempted murder. I don't even know what the real charges were. The gentleman has a heart attack and dies on the spot. Immediately, my spidey senses start tingling. I'm doing Russell Crowe, Beautiful Mind shit all in my head, connecting the red string dots and everything. He's still telling the story. I'm like, there's no fucking way that this is the cop. So after he tells me, yep, the man died right there on his doorstep because he was like a 76-year-old man was getting served paper. Then I tell him exactly what street it's on, exactly the plaintiff's name, and this old man was going to be the defendant in the case and stuff. And the cop starts shitting a brick. Like, how do you know all this? I said, man, because that's bruh. He shot bruh. So yeah, small world, because 2.5 years later, I was sitting in front of the cop that ended up arresting the guy that shot bruh like 2.5 years ago. How crazy is that? And I didn't have to ask him the question. Then I just asked that guy, and then lo and behold, it was the one. Yo, like, follow, subscribe, share my thing. I got plenty more stories like this. Aloha.